what are UITFs, or Unit Investment Trust Funds. These are pooled funds of individuals and or institutions entrusted to a trust unit of a bank or a trust corporation, which in turn is strategically invest the same to the various asset classes, no, such as money market, bond fund, equity fund, and balance fund, no, with the end mind in view of producing the best returns for investors such as you and me. Hi, I'm Nats Golia and welcome to my investment guide. Our episode is on UITFs, or Unit Investment Trust Funds. Paano ba kumita rito? In this episode, we'll also tackle the difference between UITF and mutual funds as platforms of investments. No? If you haven't watched my previous videos on mutual funds, I'll put the link below. Please check it out, as you also learn UITF as a form of investment in comparison, no, vis-a-vis mutual funds. Moving forward, dito pag-uusapan natin yung ano nga ba ang unit investment trust funds, ano ba yung mga asset classes kung saan doon nag-i-invest ang UITF, saka paano nyo masisimulan yung pag-invest nyo sa UITF, no? Basically, UITF, no, and mutual funds are almost identical. Even in definition, they are the same. These are pooled funds of individuals and or institutions strategically, no, invested in various asset classes. And later on in the presentation, you would find out that these asset classes are almost the same with mutual funds. So ang tanong, ano kaya ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa? Generally, pag UITF, these are connected with banks. No? Generally, they are attached to banks. They are trust units of banks. Ergo, they are governed by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. No? While on the other hand, mutual funds are investment companies governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So generally, these are the major difference between UITF and mutual funds. No, if you are a bank person, meaning you trust banks more than other enterprises or companies, you may want to invest in UITF instead of mutual funds. But I suggest you do both, no, to strategically place your investments into the various investment vehicles, no. So ano pa bang pinagkaiba ng dalawa? Ang mutual funds kasi ay regulated not to invest more than 10% to a single stock, no. Kung ang mutual funds ay isang equity fund, meaning they do investments in the stock market through buying and selling of stocks or shares, they are regulated not to put more than 10% to a single company or single stock. Where in fact, that's the opposite of UITF. No, they are not regulated or they are not mandated to put more than 10% of their funds into a single stock. So what's the implication of that? No, the rationale behind regulating mutual funds is to protect the investors. Para kapag bumigay o bumagsak, huwag naman sana ang isang company, hindi lahat ng funds ng tao ay sasama doon sa kumpanyang iyon, kasi nga 10% lang yung inilagay doon. So may protection, no? Baka ang tanong nyo, di sa UITF walang protection. Hindi naman sa ganun, no? Mas tinitingnan ko yon sa ganitong perspective, no? Kung nga wala siyang 10% na prohibition, pwede niyang ilagay ang pondo more than 10% doon sa isang kumpanya. Kung sa tingin niya yung kumpanyang yon will produce better returns. So kasama yung pag-grow doon sa pusta doon sa company yon. Yun nga lang, may risk siyempre. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, wala namang investment na walang risk, no? Low risk, low yield. High risk, high yield. Ganun yung tingnan yun. So, yun yung general differences nung dalawa. And by the way, meron ding mga investment companies that are offering and are authorized to offer UITF. Hindi lang mga bangko, no? Pero generally speaking nga, UITF are attached to banks, no? These are trust units of banks. Moving forward, saan nga ba nag-i-invest ang UITF? As I have mentioned before, they invest also on the same asset classes mutual funds invest in, like money market, bond fund, equity fund, and balance fund. So pasadahan natin ito. I have discussed this in details in my videos on mutual funds, no? Like in mutual funds, before choosing what asset class, no? Tandaan nyo, pag kayo ay kukuha ng UITF or ng mutual funds, nakasalalay yung inyong pagpili doon sa inyong time horizon, no? Sa inyong investment objectives, no? Saka sa inyong risk appetite. So, kung money market, mabilisan lang, low risk yan, low yield, short term, a year or less. Paparadahan nyo ng emergency fund nyo, pwede nyo gamitin si money market. Bond fund, kung ang inyong time horizon ay 3 to 5 years, no? Yan ay low to medium term. Yan ay low risk to moderate risk. Gagamitin yung pera para sa pag-aaral ng mga bata. 3 years to 5 years from now, pwede nyo iparada yan sa bond fund. It has bigger returns than in money market, no? Yung money market nga pala, low return but better than bank deposits, no? Now, kung kayo ay aggressive type, you have the long-term time horizon, ang goal nyo ay for your retirement game plan, you may want to choose equity fund, no? Particularly ako ang sinasuggest ko ay yung index equity fund. Index equity fund, these funds are following the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Ano ba yung Philippine Stock Exchange Index? Ito yung sumusunod doon sa top 30 biggest, most traded companies in the Philippine Stock Exchange, no? Kaya tinawag silang PSEI, Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So, doon ka lang nag-i-invest sa mga blue chips na kumpanya, so to speak. So, your growth is almost assured and the risk is mitigated because of the status, the financial status of such companies, no? Kaya I suggest kung for the long haul ka, equity fund ka. Now, you want to make a balancing act, go to balance fund, no? It's a combination of the asset classes such as money market, bond fund, and equity fund, no? Kaya lang, hindi ko mo sinabing balance fund talaga yan. Maybe mas malaki yung percentage ng balance fund goes to equity or mas mababa sa bond fund saka sa money market. It's moderate to high risk ang balance fund because again, it has a characteristic of capital preservation of money market and bond fund but the aggressiveness of equity fund. Kaya kung long holding kayo, no, pwede nyo gamitin ang balance fund, no? Naghihilahan nga lang yan as I have mentioned, no? Dahil It possesses the characteristics of both the capital preservation of money market and bond fund and the growth potential of equity fund. So it depends again doon sa time horizon nyo, sa risk appetite nyo, saka sa investment goals. So as you can see, yun yung UITF, parehong-pareho ng mutual funds. Let me go over some of the institutions that offer UITF. Atram is not a bank, no? But it offers money market fund, no? So kung paparadahan nyo lang yung ipaparada nyo lang yung pera nyo as your emergency fund, maliit lang yung returns, tingnan nyo yung returns niya o yung year to date niya. Although 1 year lang to, year to date saka year on year, no? Less than 1%. Pero understandable to dahil may pandemic din. Pero talagang ganyan lang ang takbuhan yan. 1% to 2%, no? Ang money market fund. Kasi nga low risk yan, kaya low yield din, no? I'm using Atram as a form of disclaimer, not endorsing it but as a form of illustration. Kung kayo ay gumagamit ng GCash, GCash is has partnered with Atram, no? So makikita nyo doon sa platform ni GCash, pwede kayong mag-invest sa Atram for as low as 50 pesos. And you may add additional investment for as low as 50 pesos. Kaya kung gusto nyo na simula ng pag-invest nyo sa UITF, pwede nyo nang gamitin yung money market fund as a start, no? Again, I'm not endorsing Atram. Sinasabi ko lang sa inyo as a form of illustration. I will not go on the details, no? Pero kung namili kayo ng money market fund o any other asset class or asset classes, tingnan nyo rin yung magkano ba yung initial participation, magkano ba yung minimum additional participation para ma-check nyo kung sakto sa budget nyo. Tapos tingnan nyo rin yung trust fee. Yung trust fee, yun yung bayad, no? Yun yung bayad sa trust unit ng bangko o sa trust, doon sa trust unit, doon sa investment company kung saan kayo nag-i-invest, no? Ayun, tingnan nyo rin yung early redemption fee kung mababa o mataas, no? Dapat mababa lang para ma-maximize nyo yung inyong returns. Sa pagbili nyo ng UITF, ng inyong pagpasok na investment, ang inyong binibili ay unit, hindi share. Sa mutual funds, share. Sa UITF, units. Kaya ang tawag sa inyong ownership, no, ay unit of participation. Kaya nga ang sinusukat dyan ay yung NAV-PU, no? Yung doon sa, ayun, nakalagay doon sa screen ngayon, ito yung net asset value per unit, no? So kung bumili ka halimbawa ng 5,000, no, i-divide yon doon sa NAV-PU. At para kayo kumita sa UITF, syempre, we are hoping na mas mataas yung NAV-PU sa time na i-redeem mo na siya, no? So kung nabili mo halimbawa siya ng, yun nga, nakalagay dyan, 110, no? Sakto ting 110. After a year, dapat maging 111 yan o 112 para tumaas yung value. At in return, tumaas din yung mag-appreciate din yung investment nyo, no? Again, I'm not endorsing Atram. This is just a form of illustration. Money market yan, pamparada ng inyong emergency fund, no? Moving forward, an example of bond fund ng UITF, I'm using Union Bank again as a form of illustration. Kasi Union Bank depositor ako as a form of disclaimer. So, risk classification nga moderate. Medyo mataas yung kanyang minimum initial participation, 100,000 pesos. Walang minimum additional participation. Meron siyang holding period na 90 days, no? So tingnan niyo yung maganda yung takbo ng kanyang year on year saka year to date, no? Year on year niya 11%, yung kanyang year to date 9%, no? Although wag niyong titingnan ang past performance because hindi lang yan ang batayan, magandang reference yan, no? The past performance of any investment portfolio is not a guarantee that it would perform the same at present time or in future period, no? It is a good reference though, no? So 9% ang ROI. Ang ROI nga pala yun yung year to date, ibig sabihin ROI na YTD, ang ibig sabihin year to date mula January up to the present time. Yung year on year, that is a year prior today, no? Yun yung year on year. So mataas siya, no, 11%, no. Pero again, 1 year lang 'yan, no. Pag titingin kayo, tingnan niyo rin yung 3 years, yung 5 years. Dapat nga 5 years para makita niyo consistent, no, yung yield, yung returns na nakukuha niyo, no. So that's a form of bond fund. Kung ang time horizon nyo ay 3 to 5 years, no? Pwede nyo tingnan itong bond fund na ito. Ang kanyang magkano ang kanyang trust fee per annum? 1%, no? Ang kanyang early redemption 0.25. Pag sinabing early redemption, yun yung pag hindi mo tinapos yung holding period. For example, in this case, 90 calendar days. Pag hindi kayo ni-redeem mo na kagad, wala pang 90 days, merong early redemption fee. Pero pag natapos na yon, wala nang early redemption fee. Anytime, pwede mo na siyang kunin. Pero again, sa akin, pag bond fund, 3 to 5 years man lang para makita nyo yung best returns ng inyong investment, no? Laki yan, 9%, no? And 11%. Moving forward, ito, BPI Asset Management and Trust Corporation, no? Meaning it is attached to BPI, Bank of the Philippine Islands. Ito ay isang halimbawa ng equity value fund, no? They invest in equities, no? Ayun lang. Kung papansinin niyo yung kanyang year on year sa year to date, naka-negative yan. Again, huwag kayong matakot kasi pandemic ngayon eh. Talagang baba ang merkado. Bahala kayo pag nag-positive yan kasi yan ay isang equity, no? So, huwag kayong mag-alive. Ang equity naman kasi is for the long run, no? For the long term. Natural yan, babawi yan, kikita kayo, no? Initial participation niya 10,000 lang, oh, and additional participation is 1,000. Minimum maintaining balance is 10,000, no? Wala siyang holding period, anytime pwede niyong kunin. Therefore, dapat wala yang early redemption fee. Oh, wala nga. Oh. Trust fee ay 1.5%. Siya nga pala, ang trust fee naka-incorporate na yan sa NAV2. Kaya hindi niyo na maramdaman yan, no? Pag minultiply nyo na yung number of shares nyo sa NAV po nyo, yun na yung pera nyo. Okay? Ayun, no. Medyo negative siya, pero sabi ko nga, matakot kayo pag yan ay positive, no? Baksak ang merkado ngayon eh. And that is the best time to buy pag mababa yung presyo kasi tataas yan, no? Although it is, no, as of today, it is slowly picking up, no? Now, if you are the type of person who would like to do a balancing act, so to speak, mag-balance fund kayo. It's a combination of equity and fixed income like bond fund and money market, no? So itong China Bank balance fund, nice example ng balance fund. Yeah, matakot kayo ba dyan dahil negative? No, okay, matakot kasi nga baksak ang merkado, bumagsak ang merkado because of the pandemic. Talagang magne-negative siya, no? Bakit balance fund nga? Ay tingnan nyo, ikumpara nyo doon sa equity kanina, mas malaki yung kanyang negative. Ito reduced lang, no? 9% yung kanina, di ba? Ito 5% sa year to date because it is a combination of the different asset classes, no? So hinila siya ng stability ng bond fund sa kanang mutual fund, therefore na-stabilize siya, gumit na siya, no? Understandable yung figures na yan, no? It has a 30-day holding period, 1% ang kanyang early redemption, 1% din yung kanyang trust fee. You may want to check out this type of asset class. Again, I am not endorsing China Bank, no. This is just for the sake of illustration. So, how to invest in UITF? Just check the website uitf.com.ph and you will see the banks that offer UITF and also investment institutions that do the same, no? Ang ano bang mga bangko, most of the big banks have UITF, no? China Bank, BDO Unibank, East West, and syempre yung bangko ko, Union Bank, no? At Metrobank meron din, no? Yung mga non-banks are Pro-Life UK, yung Manulife, saka yung Atram, no? So, nakalagay lahat yung details doon sa uitf.com.ph, pati yung mga historical performance ng bawat isang UITF invested into the different asset classes. Makikita nyo doon. Makikita nyo yung trust fees, no? Yung trust fees, yun din yung management fees. Sa mutual funds ang tawag doon management fee. Sa UITF ang tawag doon ay trustee fee, no? O trust fee. Makikita nyo lahat doon, no? So you have a better opportunity to study your options of which asset class or which UITF you would invest in. Kung ako sa inyo, piliin nyo yung bangko nyo, kung saan kayo nagbabangko para convenient sa inyo. So ask your bank manager about their UITF and they will guide you, no, on how to invest in UITF para madali lang din yung convenient din para sa inyo yung pag-i-invest, no? Yung Atram, sinasabi ko tong Atram again as a form of illustration kasi nga ako ay investor ng Atram. I-click nyo lang yung brand na Atram doon sa uitf.com.ph, then send them a message. They will give you a feedback. At meron dong option that you will be given an orientation before investing, before choosing what asset class, what investment vehicle you will best fit in your goals, time horizon, and risk appetite, no? So, check uitf.com.ph or go to your nearest bank, no? So that you will be guided on what UITF asset class you will invest in, no? Again, the choice is yours, no? This is not an investment advice. We are just providing you options, no, to grow your wealth. And finally, as a form of recapitulation, what are UITFs or Unit Investment Trust Funds? These are pooled funds of individuals and or institutions entrusted to a trust unit of a bank or a trust corporation, which in turn is strategically invest the same to the various asset classes, no, such as money market, bond fund, equity fund, and balance fund, no, with the end mind in view of producing the best returns for investors such as you and me, no? Now, on the question what platform you are to use in investing in UITF, whether it be to a bank or a trust corporation, is entirely depends on you, no? Consider your convenience in this aspect because, as I have mentioned, UITFs and mutual funds are almost identical in nature, no? Now, in what type of asset you are to invest in or what asset class you will invest in depends mainly on your time horizon, your investment objectives, and lastly, your risk appetite. This has been Nat's goal, yeah? Grow your wealth, protect it, and invest more. If you find our contents just right for you, please like, share, and subscribe. Until the next video of my investment guide, Dankeschön.